In the session today with infants, I found it really interesting to speak Italian and English with them. They understood it really well. That was really good.
Here I was talking to the little kids, so I got down to their level, so I wasn't like making it hard for them to hear. So I made it easy. Instead of them staring up at me, it was easy for them to talk and make it easier for them to understand. So if I said yellow, they'd know where to go.
In this clip you see me do a demonstration. This is just basically so it'll make it a lot easier for the kids to understand, because they see it firsthand what to do and how to do it, where to run, and everything that they need to know is in the demonstration, so it's just easier for the kids to understand.
I really enjoyed the session because it was interesting to see how they'd react to me speaking in Italian and then English, so it was good to see that, and overall I enjoyed the session.
Overall, I enjoyed this session because it was very beneficial to see the kids, because they were 3 years old, so they were showing like their emotions. You could tell that they really enjoyed it, which was good to see, and made you feel better about the session you were delivering. And yeah, it's just good to see the kids having fun, really.
Summary of something that you could smile about. Say for instance, my girlfriend, she bugs me all the time. But the irony of it all is that she loves me all the time. Oh,
Today I really enjoyed the session. I found out that it was much easier to sit the children down as they concentrated much more than standing up, because they may mess around with each other. I also found that they didn't understand some English words, so you have to use many hand signals to help them do that. So for instance, if they didn't understand move around, where to move the hands around and show them where to go. But they did listen really well, they enjoyed it, I think, so that was really amazing.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a shot of this morning's session. We was teaching and leading 3-year-olds some basic English language skills into a practical environment. So as you can see, we used the balls to teach them how to bounce it and kicking skills. And every time we tried to get a message across to them, they grasped it well, they understood what we're trying to say to them. Okay, so in this section, some of the leaders were just getting the kids in together, sat down, and was playing the game called Moody Man. So as you can see there, Tom's getting them all quiet, and in a minute, yeah, there I am. I run in, and basically they're all throwing the balls at me, going mad, and yeah, they had a lot of fun doing it. I didn't have much fun, but yeah.
Okay, everybody listen to that. So what you have to do now, you have to use your feet and you have to kick the ball like a Moody Man. Oh. So what do you use? You use your feet and you kick the ball.
Right, so at this section, I was going to teach the kids this part where they had to kick the ball at Zach, where he was running around as the monster. So instead of throwing it, I had to teach them how to kick the ball. So at this section, I thought it went quite well. They seemed to understand me, and they got what I was going on about. And so at this point here, I put the ball down, and I point to my feet and repeat the phrase feet in English again to make sure that they understood it. And I kicked it towards Jack for a demonstration so they could understand it clearly. And I did this twice, so I made sure that I hope they understood what they were doing. Today, at this point, it was the first time I led a proper session, so I was quite nervous to start off with. But they were 3 years old, so I aimed to have a clear voice and speak nice and slow so they knew what they were doing, and they seemed to have a happy face on. So that reassured that I knew what I was saying was right and they knew what they were doing.
Okay, so I'd watched the session led by Jack just before this, so I sort of picked up some tips on how I could improve myself as a leader and helping the children to develop their skills, because they were only young, so they couldn't sort of keep the balance that well. So I was sort of telling them how to roll their foot over the ball so they didn't fall over. This was very useful to them as they sort of stayed in this sort of balance and had some good coordination at some points. I also went in to lead a bit of the session where I was teaching them how to throw the ball to the wall and catch it. So this helped the coordination even more. It sort of added new skills to for them to learn. So here I'm just getting them lined up, sort of facing the wall. And in a minute I'm going to do a demonstration on how to throw the ball against the wall and catch it. And then they'll have a go doing it themselves.
Throw the ball against the wall. See? Like that. Okay? You got to do it. You do it.
So in this activity, it's just progressed from what we were learning earlier, teaching the kids earlier. So they were learning the basic skills like to kick a ball and to roll a ball. So in this one, they're just knocking over targets, so it means that they've got to use more power and the technique has to be better so they can actually hit the target. And it worked really well because all the kids seemed to enjoy it. And even though some of the kids couldn't do it, they still carried on performing the task well and enjoyed it. I was a bit nervous towards the beginning of it because I don't normally work with younger children, like 3 or so ages. But because I didn't think I could do stuff that was too physical with them, so I didn't want to hurt them or anything. But then I learned that you could do it in different ways, so it don't always have to be physical. You could use language like we did, or numbers as well, which is also educational, not just as physical as sport. So it was really good.
Or all the above. Oh, how I love to see you smiling. And oh yeah, take a little pain just in case. You need something warm to embrace to help you put on a smile.